Yeah, it's your boy Matt Diaz doing some more music reviews. Let's do this. Today I am checking out a band called Torena with their album No Control. Torena is a band that I checked out last year when I first started doing reviews. So when I saw that they released a new album, I was super stoked on it. So that's why we're here doing this. But if you don't know anything about this band, they are a hardcore band based out of Oxnard, California. And if I'm correct, they became a band back in like 2021, 2020. They're relatively new. They're one of those heavy hardcore bands that are really popular right now. And, they're doing their thing. They're young guys touring, making music, having a good time, as they all should be doing. And with this newest record they're putting out called No Control, I gotta say, I kind of was expecting a little bit more animalistic, raw, rabid energy from these guys with the album being called No Control. But I gotta say that it's neither bad nor good. It just feels like it's existing to exist. Maybe they wanted to go with a more of a subtle approach with their music because it's definitely heavy and everything, but it comes off a bit uninspiring and unenthusiastic at times. And I think where that uninspiring slash unenthusiastic feeling is coming from is the drums, because they just seem a little bit simple and bland at times, like on the songs Trapped and I'll Never Be Like You. Something about those songs, they just have that unenthusiastic, feel to it. Maybe because it's the drums, they're not as strong and like heavy as they should be. They just kind of feel like they're there. So I'll play a clip of Trap for you so you can get a sense of that uninspiring feeling that I heard on this. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Like, it's heavy for sure, but it doesn't really do much for you, I think. So I gotta say, the drums for a good amount of this record just feel a bit half-hearted, but I will say there are times where it does feel a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more energetic, like on the song False Compassion. There, he sounds really good. He's got a really good pop to his drumming style, and it just sounds, fresh. A really big thing that bothered me a lot of the time with this record is that they build up to like a breakdown and it just feels like there wasn't enough payoff slash it feels a little bit lackluster. And I want more from them. Like, it sounds pretty good, but it just kind of trails off half the time and just kind of goes nowhere. Like on the song on their intro song, or Fueled by Rage, the song sounds really good, but the ending on these songs just feels so lackluster, and it just kind of tanks the record for me a little bit. So I want to play the ending of Fueled by Rage so you can get a sense of, just how it just tapers off, and that's it. Like, I feel like something else could have put there. Something else could have been put there. There was just so much potential that was lost. The bass playing on here at times, especially on the songs Trusting Soul and Fueled by Rage, they have a really good like feel to them, and you can really hear them. But on the other tracks on the record, it feels like you can't really hear the bass that well. So I gotta say, the bass, the mixing or layering, it just doesn't sound that great. But I do want to play the opening of Trusting Soul for you so you can get a sense of just how good the bass can sound, the potential it has. So much potential. In terms of the riffs, I would say they are probably one of the most consistent thing on this record. They have a really good crunch and heavy feel to it throughout the album. But I gotta say, on the song I'll Never Be Like You, they throw in this weird thrash like riff moment, and it just feels really weird and out of place. And overall, it just kind of sounds messy. Like they shouldn't have put it in there. But other than that one moment, I would say the riffs are pretty good throughout this whole thing. The vocals on this record, they're not that bad. They're pretty consistent throughout this whole album. Actually, they're probably like the most consistent thing on this album. They're not too bad, they're not too good, but I gotta say, when they do gang vocals, the gang vocals sound so much better than the main vocalist. In terms of production for this record, I gotta say it's pretty cut and dry. Has a very simple feel to it. It's not really, doing anything to make it sound extra in terms of flashy, extra beats or interludes or anything in the background. They just recorded it really well. It's not bad. It's not great. I guess it's better than. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just cut and dry. It's hardcore music. Nothing too flashy. So overall, I gotta say, Torena, I think they're filling that void of hardcore music that's, it's hard, it's heavy, but isn't, going to be very memorable. I don't know. I think it's just good for what it is right now, for what the times being in terms of the hardcore scene. But if you want some heavy, hard music for, working out or doing some, aggressive activities, I think, this album will do the job for you. But I don't know if it's going to be having a long-term lasting effect on a lot of things. So overall, I think it's an okay release. So I would say this new release from Torena is a good and decent 7 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this album. Give me some recommendations. And like always, guys, I will see you in the pit. Good things about you.